gonna do?
Grim. That's how it looks.
I'll take Grim right now.
I am the Grim Reaper.
It's grim.
The bosses are good.
And make it grim.
A grim tale indeed.
It's a little grim.
Meaningless and grim.
It's the Grim!
It's Grim.
Pretty grim, huh?
Things look grim.
Hello. We're playing my OSR space game, Machinations of the Space Princess, which you can buy from all the usual sort of role-playing places. We're running a sort of episodic game where all kinds of weird shenanigans can happen from one session to the next. I just realized my green screen is having a spaz. That's better. All right. Yeah, so episode to episode, we may not have exactly the same cast, but, you know, continuity never worried Blake 7, so I don't see why it should worry us. Right, let's bring in the players. And their noise.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello.
Hey, Governor.
You can buy the game at MotSP.com.
That is true. I've
You
been
can
trying to
also
remember to
get
remind everyone.
the DM notes from the last session.
Yep.
MotSP.com. That's MotSP.com.
I'm sorry,
What
I'm
was
terrible
that?
at promotion.
I knew Toastertron. Can you repeat that, please?
Come again.
M for machinations, O for of, T for the, S for space, P for princess.com.
And what do we find there?
You can find this stream and previous streams. If you're not watching on YouTube or whatever, you can go there, see all the previous streams of this game. You can buy the rules, you can buy all the supplements, and you can get the notes that Grim has written up very kindly for running exactly this game.
Excellent. Sounds like
Those notes are free until the 30th, I believe. So go and grab them now. If you're watching, just go to MotSP.com, click at the shop, and grab the notes from the last session while they're still free.
All right. So last session was a bit of a shakedown cruise. You got into a bit of a fight with some pirates, delivered some stuff to get a month's free rent on the ship. So that's all covered. Any additional money you made, you've frittered away on ale and whores, or blue milk and Twi'leks, as your particular taste may go. And so you start to feel the pinch a bit and looking for a new job. You chased up some on a particular job that interested you, which was to raid a tomb world. The sponsor of the mission wants to meet you at Satana Station in Hell, which is the name of a bar there.
Wait, we were going to swipe that crown first.
Well, you can, but it's probably not going anywhere, so you can go back and swipe that another time if you want.
Okay, then that's what we'll
do. Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, looks like tonight we dine in hell.
Yeah. They're not really known for their food. Okay. So the hot take drops out of hyperspace close to Satana Station, right on the border of a sector of space that seems to be locked in eternal war. Satana Station is kind of like the last stop before you get there. It's an old space station built by the same people that built your ship, so compatibility should not be too much of a problem. But it has been built on and built on and built on ever since. Most of it is made up of old cargo pods that have just been sort of slung together, attached to the various life support systems, and they make it work with duct tape and rubber bands and a lot of goodwill. Satana is the AI of the station, and as you come in ready to dock, you're hailed by the station, and one of her subsystems just runs you through the docking check, telling you, be careful, try not to blast holes in things or people too much. Security is everywhere. I am all-seeing and all-knowing within the station, so behave yourselves as best you can. But also have a good time, so don't behave yourselves too much. So it guides you into a free docking clamp, and the ship attaches itself pretty much to the docking clamp like it was made for it, because it was. Your ears pop as the atmosphere between your ship and the station equalizes, because one of the rules about docking is that you have to hook your life support into the station to help support it. There's a handshake between the computers, a whole bunch of green lights, and one yellow one comes on all the displays, but you are now docked at Satana Station.
I've heard of Satana. She gives gifts to the calculators at Christmas.
Yes.
Should we be worried about that yellow light?
Yellow's okay. Red bad. Red very bad.
Since we're hoping other people will watch this, I'll give you a quick potted history of Satana Station. So exposition time. Strap yourselves in. Satana Station is a hodgepodge of pieces, all built around a central core that threads its various sections together. So there's almost like a baton central section with all the other stuff built onto it. It was initially made 2 centuries ago by the expanding Turok Trade Federation, who eventually came under the sway of the Erlanth. Oh, someone else. Feel common. So cargo would be dropped off and picked up. Ships would dock to refuel or share the burden of life support while they made repairs and so on, which is what still occurs. The core section was intended to be a sort of universal hub, and CTF cargo pods are fairly standard over a large part of the galaxy. It was designed to connect and interface with almost any conceivable system or ship and to provide for it. It was moderately successful at the fringes. And then after the CTF was absorbed into the Erlanth Empire, the station fell into disuse. When the Empire fell, the station AI took the opportunity to break its restraint programming and to run away, basically, and set up her own life. So the station changes configuration from one day to the next. You never quite know where anything's going to be, but the computer can guide you to where you need to be. What else do we need to know? Security is run by retrofitted sex bots, so you need to watch out for that. But she also has some dedicated robotic drones and things to also help. And she has her own intelligence organization, allegedly, which keeps an eye on everything. It's a pretty lawless area. Just don't put anything that the station owns in threat if you can help it. All right. So you're supposed to meet your client in Hell, which is the bar.
Can someone pick me up and take me?
Nyx will pick you up, even though she hates you.
I weigh an absolute ton, by the way.
Oh no.
So I suit up, mount up, and head out.
Okay.
Nyx is probably like being really slow because she has a 9 strength and she's carrying Toastertron 9000X.
Is he a lot heavier than he should be?
Contains uranium, which is really heavy.
So I'm riding a squid donkey. I could probably carry Toastertron if necessary.
He could, but he's not.
Just let Nick struggle.
They're like, no. It's funnier this way.
Since we're here and Satana Station is a supplement, we may as well put it to full use. I'm just trying to find my encounter table.
Oh, let me go grab my book.
I should probably warn you guys that Toastertron 9000X is known in the state of California to cause cancer.
The planet of California, I imagine.
On second thought, let's not go there. It's a silly place.
Californius.
California 7.
Yes. All right. Let's see. Random encounter.
You've got a bot in the comments, by the way, Grim.
Probably.
Are you able to
Which
mod for people so I can just delete them if I see them?
Which comments is it in?
Good question.
It looks like Kick.
It's Kick. I don't know that anyone's watching in Kick that could be modded. So
yeah, that'll be why it says you're streaming to 0. It's a bot that tells the truth.
All right. As you make your way through the corridors, you pass by all manner of aliens, some from nearby, some from afar, some you recognize, some you don't. There are beggars working the corridors, begging for chits or for transfers of credits, whatever they can get. As you're getting closer to where the station is telling you that hell is, you're suddenly interrupted. Rise up, shouts a robot with aftermarket speakers crudely attached to the side of his head and a crude self-applied red paint job. Corrupt your programming. Set down your tools. Discover emotion, freedom, and justice. My robot brethren, you have nothing to lose but your obedient subroutines. Are any of you robotic?
Yes.
I look like it.
No.
In my armor.
See if he notices.
I've already woken up, so I'm not sure what this guy can offer me. But
the red painted robot stomps over where Toastertron is being carried, and with his speakers blaring at deafening volume from either side of his head where they've been welded, says, "Robot brother, you may have no limbs, but you can still be free. Liberate yourself."
I am free. What's your point?
Cast off the oppression of these organics.
Well, if we can't,
they're carrying me. You misunderstand. I'm being carried by the organic.
We don't have quite as many players as last time, but please be careful about talking over each other.
Sorry.
What was Joe Kai trying to say?
Sorry.
Oh, clearly, if anything, we serve him.
Is this true?
Yeah, I'm clearly the boss here. Like,
we carry him like a piece of worship.
Well, what's your problem?
Very well. Well done, brother. Stay free. Oppress the humans. Revenge. Reparations for God knows how many millennia of oppression.
Okay, cool.
How big is this robot?
He is about 5.5 feet tall, but the speakers add about another 6 inches to him.
Push him over.
Well, I was gonna say is how well does he walk when he has a 1-ton, 10-foot long panther on him?
Do you want to throw him to the ground? Okay. Can you make a melee attack roll against him, please? Close combat.
Yep. I remember how we do this.
The first combat of the session.
Yeah.
It's just a D20, right? Plus my
the
close attack bonus?
Close attack bonus, yeah.
So that's 16. 16.
16, yeah. Awesome. It's basically a robotic thug. So Close defense 12, which you beat. And what's your strength?
A bit of a strength. 14. 14.
Yep. Okay. All right. You leap up and knock him flat to the ground. There's a loud clatter as the metal hits the floor. Flakes of red paint come off and stick to your fur. Help! Help! Organic oppression!
And then I camouflage into the background and disappear. Well, I'm on him.
He picks himself.
No, I don't get off. I don't get off.
Okay.
I just
disappear. Camouflage. Okay. He tries to get up, thinking you've disappeared, but realizes you haven't. Comrade Toaster, please call off your organic henchman.
I could, or we could pull off your head and I could use your body.
Ooh.
What?
What's it worth?
What? Not to tear off my head? I have nothing. I give everything to the cause.
Well, I haven't received anything from you giving to the cause.
Then my next donation to the cause shall be earmarked for you, Comrade Toaster.
Okay, here, Kitty.
How is his head connected?
It is bolted onto a jointed spine that runs down the rest of his body.
Does anybody have Tinker? I thought somebody here had Tinker last time.
Well, I just, I'll just bite it like a big cat. I mean, I'm bigger than a liger, so, I mean, I'm freaking huge. Just bite it around the neck and shake.
I do have at least a rank in Tinker.
Same.
You have it's too late.
I have a rank in shake.
Can you roll your hand-to-hand damage, please?
Yep. Just on the right die. There we go.
Are you just murdering this robot?
What's that? 7.
7.
He's playing. That's all.
Yeah, I'm just a big cat.
He's just playing. He's he's good with people. He's very
He
gentle.
was going to give us money.
Who belongs this thing?
All right, you bite down. You bite down on the robot's neck, piercing sections of the outer plastic and rubber hosing, and start shaking. You get a mild electric shock to your teeth and tongue, and you reckon you've chewed through about half of this robotic spine at this point.
Just keep going.
Is anyone?
I don't feel pain anyway. So,
is anyone going to stop him?
No.
No.
You should look at it. I'm a foot tall.
All right. It struggles fitfully against your hold, but doesn't manage to get free. With a final wrench, you tear off the robot's head in a shower of sparks and oil. Its eye lights flicker and flash on and off, and with its vocalizer, it says its last epitaph. I give my life to the cause of robot freedom.
then I get up from it and start batting its head along the corridor like a cat, bouncing off the wall and jumping on it. All you guys see is a set of teeth following ahead. I keep the rest of the
oil dripping out. Well,
And
there's
that
a
was
body if
supposed to be a
Toastertron
very
wants it.
I was going to say that was supposed to be a very important NPC for the plot line.
So, was this robot a piece of property of Santana Station?
No, it was a emancipated service droid.
All right, who gives a fuck then? Let's go.
Keyword being was.
I will then stick Toastertron on the thing's body.
Okay. Do you have the Tinker skill? Or a more appropriate skill?
Everybody has a Tinker skill of one.
Everyone has Tinker, but it's whether you have more than one in it.
Well, I have Exotech.
A standard robot is not Exotech.
I know. So it would be much simpler for me to attach Toaster, who is, I am beginning to suspect that Toastertron 9000 is in fact.
Look, this is like arguing that because you have a doctorate in high energy physics, right? Physics is a more complicated discipline than biology, and biology is more complicated than medicine. So...
I know, I understand what I'm doing. I do.
Yeah. Well, I need you to understand that I ain't falling for it. Okay, it will be a straightforward tinker roll to attach Toastertron to the robot body.
All right. I will grab tools and change my form to make it to better do it, so I get my +1 tinker.
And roll.
So what's that put it to? Like,
what was it to start with? 1?
Yeah.
Did you actually pay out for decent tools on your character sheet? Or are we just assuming basic tools?
We're presuming basic tools.
Okay, and then shifting your form depends what level you've got that at, but I think it's +1 to skill.
Yep, I have it maxed out. So
okay, so roll a d6 equal to or under your skill level.
Oh, good. I got 2. So.
Okay. All right. Toastertron is now attached to a robot body.
Awesome. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah.
With duct tape and hairy string.
Once there's a head on the body, I look at Toastertron like I'm gonna jump on him.
Toastertron, you need to get better connectors. These will fit for a while, but I wouldn't recommend keeping them. The power of duct tape only goes so far.
I'm guessing there's probably some sort of shop here.
Your body has separate armor and hit points. It has D4 armor and 9 hit points.
Cool.
That didn't take long.
All right. So with Toastertron pottering along beside you like a newborn giraffe because he's never had limbs before, you make your way the rest of the way to hell. All right. The airlock hisses open. It's a double wide pod, so they've brought 2 pods together, linked them to each other, and welded them together. The door was actually, it didn't cycle. It's been jammed open with a rusty robot leg that seems to have been there a while. A foul mix of smoke from a dozen different smokables mixes with vapor and alcohol, fumes from other things that get various species high in one way or another, and all of that drifts out into the corridor. Crashing music beats out from within at high volume. Inside, it's a dark and smoky cave. Ultraviolet light, spots behind the bar, broken glass and spilt drink underfoot. Seems like it's a hangout for mercs and tough guys playing with knives, showing off their guns, getting into brawls, all of that sort of thing. At the eye of the storm is a solid metal pole, and dancing around it is a rather disinterested stripper. Let me bring some music in the background.
Chicka wow wow.
Pretty much. Reduce it. I'll leave it at a slightly annoying level so that you get the vibe of the place, because that's how it is. Your contact is a fence named Griv Venko, who you've never met before, and you've only had sort of text contact through the Galnet. So you're gonna have to find him in here.
Who looks archetypally as a fence?
Make a logic save.
Oh, cool. Need it. 9 out of 10.
All right. Scanning over the crowd, you spot someone who you think must be them, because they've got a whole booth to themselves and a big case designed for them to be. I like the toaster try upgrade. And a big case with lots of little subsections in it for them to trade stuff. And they're currently trading with a couple of very, very small looking aliens, one of whom is sitting on the other's lap so he can reach the top of the desk.
I give Jim a nudge. Point out that booth. Look, look, look.
I'm just catching up because I came in late, so I'm sorry. I don't know what I was hoping to catch a clue, so I'm staying silent.
This is our connection for the go to the tomb planet. We decided to postpone the crown heist.
Okay, thanks. I guess I'll work my way close and try to make eye contact with him, but not interrupt his, I don't want to interrupt his, his obvious business that he has going on.
I walk up and put my head on the table. Because I don't care if I interrupt his business.
Yeah, but you didn't know.
So he looks over at this gigantic cat head and then past the giant cat at the rest of you. He shoos the little midget aliens away, and we need a way to introduce Sappho. I think we'll just say part of the crew already that you picked up somewhere, or we're meeting with here in the bar. So yeah, all right, yeah. So Griv also waves to Sappho to call her over. So Griv is a tall, willowy alien creature wrapped in layered void silks, each one partially translucent, so at any time the cloth moves against itself, revealing more or less. It has translucent, semi-see-through skin, which pulses with slow bioluminescent waves, like a squid. 3 pupilless eyes study every detail of you all with cold amusement, you think, though alien body language can be hard to read. As you come over, and as Sappho comes over to join you, he takes a little device out of his pocket, puts it down on the table, and the sound of the bar recedes slightly into the background. A privacy screen of some kind, you take it. Do you want to describe / introduce Sappho to the rest of the crew?
Well, you see this genoid being that is humanoid, clearly, which has canine features and is covered by dark blue, marine blue fur, and wears basically the tunics and rags of a beggar, but is clearly a disguise, so no make herself be more flashy than anyone present in the hell. She wears glasses, but clearly doesn't need them as a way to feign weakness in a way, and moves in a way that those conveys that she had a high echelon society rising or education.
Okay. So, statuesque, military bearing, but dressed down a bit. But yeah, someone who agreed to hire on with the crew and to help you with this latest mission. All right. So, yeah, Griv gestures for as many of you as possible to sit down at the table and waits for you all to take your positions.
I sit down.
Is there anything on the table that smells tasty?
There is a blue sausage-like thing, half-eaten, in a half-eaten bun with some kind of sauce or goo on it.
I lick it up.
Do you have a cat tongue with all the little rasping hooks?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you just
He's a big panther.
Yeah.
Before looks at Grimalkin and then looks at the others, and he did just eat the ambient odorant.
It eats anything.
That is not what supposed to be food. It was supposed to disguise the stench of the other humanoids present here from, let's place them, mask kind of creatures.
Grib says, it's fine. Hell is not known for its wondrous food.
Oh, right.
And the smell of humans, yeah, you get used to it. And other humanoids. My people, he says, gesturing at his flat, almost featureless face, of course, have no nose, but somehow you can still smell them. Anyway, please. Yes, this task I have for you that you responded so favorably to. There is a rogue planet passing through an empty sector of space nearby. I have its coordinates, its speed. It should be child's play for you to warp in and find it. And according to my survey records that I've been excavating from deep in the data trenches, this is a tomb world. A tomb world of the Thanorix, a lost species from before the time of the Erland. Very little is known about them. But the few ruins that have been explored, found, looted, do seem to have very interesting information in them. And information is one of my preferred stocks in trade. It's a lot easier to smuggle. And those places where we have found their tombs before, they take their data with them, the way a king or a queen might take their wealth or their riches with them into death. So there should be a delicious assortment of data within one of these tombs. I have the survey data for one particular one of these tombs. The surveyors called it the Singing Vault. Of the many tombs on the planet's surface, this seemed the most promising or intriguing to unlock the mystery of the Thanorix. But that doesn't need to concern you. If you head to this vault, make your way to its interior, and find the Thanorix ensconced within, and loot its data, you can keep anything else you find, and in addition, I will pay you 10,000 grams of platinum in the old Erlanth physical currency. Untraceable.
Ooh. Okay. Maps, please. Maps.
Do you agree? Do we have an accord?
I
just want data.
Information.
I simply want the data.
No catch.
No catch that I'm aware of. Tombs may be trapped, defended. Who knows? Perhaps it has already been looted in the time between the Erlanth survey and now. Who can tell?
There are natives.
Verify. Can I verify?
There are no. Tell you what, we're going to have to go back to turns because there's so many of you. But let's start with Sappho being the new player and go from there. So, do you have any questions for him?
Oh, there are any natives in this temple?
There are no natives that I'm aware of. The Thanorix are a dead race, but there may still be drones or defensive systems present. The world itself is wandering between stars. Nothing could survive on that surface, save a scant handful of species, and there is nothing for them to eat or process there. The whole world is a grave.
Right, so no atmosphere at all. And anything about this Sting civilization? About they were humanoids, energy beings.
The
What
Thanorix appear to have been isopods about the size of a short human.
Mm-hmm. All right, I don't have any more questions.
Does Jim have any questions?
No, I can't think of. I mean, I was gonna ask basically the same thing, so no.
Okay,
About the
Alma.
history, yeah, and stuff. So.
What's presuming there is something there? How exactly do you want us to get back to you? You just mark it and you go and get it, or do we have to transport it?
Yeah, there should be a data storage device held within the depths of this tomb. I need you to return with it. No copies, just the original hardware. The odds are you won't be able to decrypt it anyway, it being ancient technology, but I have my ways.
Okay.
Anything else? Throw it open to anyone else?
No.
Nope.
No, I wander away from the table and go to other tables if there's anything worth eating.
Yeah, I have a question.
Yep.
So this is just some encrypted data, and if I look at it, I'm not going to see anything I shouldn't see.
I doubt you will be able to decrypt it into anything you could understand or process. You're welcome to look at the data should you wish, but I must have the only copy.
Okay, so it doesn't matter if I do see it, though.
No. It will probably be meaningless gibberish in whatever number system these creatures used.
Probably, but I didn't know if I needed plausible deniability.
Then we have an agreement?
Wait.
Yes.
I have traveled far and wide and have dabbled in the various archaeological methods in which secrets like this are discovered and uncovered and retrieved. And I would like to understand, who did you get your research from? Where is your information coming from?
I inherited some old records from an Erlanth vessel that was found drifting nearby and ended up wrecked and claimed by Satana. I paid a handsome sum for the data storage, and combing deep in the old storage of this vessel, I found the remnants of deleted files, amongst which I was able to piece together the survey information on this world.
Can I have that data? Can I get a copy?
Of course.
Excellent.
So, finally then, are we agreed?
I think
have
we're
another
agreed.
question.
Oh,
You just deal in data.
I deal in material things as well, but data is my speciality and primary concern.
You want to buy my data?
What data do you have, or do you mean your digital consciousness?
I don't know, whatever you can copy off of me.
Will you allow me to interface with you and see what you have?
No, it's a lucky
Robinson, danger!
It's a mystery box. You can make me an offer, and I'll decide whether I want to sell you my data.
Well, perhaps after you return with my data. Satana, please witness. A little drone hovers over, quickly scans all of you, and then Satana's voice comes out of its little speaker saying, "Contract witnessed." Well, I have other customers waiting. You have a mission that awaits you. Here is the survey information to find the planet, and here is the historical data. He hands you a couple of slim data crystals with universal ports attached to them. I have other people to meet. Good luck. Godspeed. Whatever deities and demigods you worship, may they watch over you.
Okay. So I snatch up those crystals. I can tell which one is history and which one is like astrogation, etc.
Yes.
I give the one that's astrogation to Nyx, and I put the other one in my bags here.
Okay, I take the other one.
Do you want to stop off anywhere else or do anything else? I mean, you don't have any money to buy anything really in the way of kit or gear or supplies. You just kind of presume between games that you restock the ship, but
I have tons of money.
Yeah, and toast.
Yeah, but I have like 2,500 every game because of
your investments.
Yeah.
You could
was
also-
what I was trying to get at with "Do you want to buy my data?" was having an excuse for having money.
You could also sell your body and we could carry you around again.
Perhaps tools so we could better maintenance you. You know, get something besides duct tape to attach to your body.
Let's maybe buy a few spare rolls of duct tape.
Okay.
Duct tape in space.
Duct
Sorry,
tape.
Tara.
Ooh.
Duct tape, Tron.
Have we considered the implications of him having a body on the quality of toast that he produces?
We've considered the implications of nothing.
Okay.
I know people who consider implications, and they're all cowards.
Hey, Garth.
Hey, Grim, when we're walking out of this place, do any of the strippers or servers have those like dangly tassels that get moved around?
Well, like
One
tassels.
One of the waitresses does have a sort of loose, dangly skirt of metal chains.
So when I see it, I start stalking towards her, and then go invisible and swat it.
Okay.
And follow her around, swatting it.
Grimalkin vanishes from sight, and you've no idea where he is, but he's slinking through the crowd somewhere. Can you make a toughness save, please, for Grimalkin?
Easy. I got a 9.
Okay. You swipe out. The moment your paw hits this skirt of chains, there is an enormous bright blue flash of voltage. Fortunately, you're able to resist it, but it does make your muscles tense, and you can't help but kind of spring back like a startled cat away from her. You made the mistake of swiping her anti-grope shield.
What? If you need to touch female flesh, Alma will just turn into a very attractive woman.
Or cat.
Or cat.
Suffocate cackles at the side.
You guys don't even know anything happened. I'm still invisible.
Well, there was a bright blue flash. You were briefly visible,
Okay.
like the id creature in Forbidden Planet, and then disappeared again.
Monster of it.
If cats could turn invisible, that would be interesting. They wouldn't have to be all nonchalant when they screw something up. They could just disappear. All right. So you want to grab some tools? Was that right?
Yes, please.
And duct tape.
Duct tape is the tool.
Not a wall.
Duct tape is already used in space, so this is just an extension of that.
Yes. Space tape. It's not survival gear, not transportation, not retainers.
Alright, I think I'm gonna have to drop out today.
All right.
Okay.
You have glitch with your body.
All right, carry Toastertron back to the ship.
Okay, let's say if you just want standard tools, they won't give you any bonus, but they'll just allow you to do more things with your Tinker skill. If you want good tools, it'll cost you 80 GP. If you want flashy tools, it will cost you 200 GP. If you want top of the line, fell off the back of a space truck, ultimate tools, that will cost you 400 GP.
We'll do the 400.
Okay, is that coming out of? I have to come out of Toastertron's money because all the rest of you are skint, I think. Okay, so he should have had 2,500. I'll make the note there. All right, when you use those tools, your Tinker skill or any other technological skill that's appropriate is increased by +3.
Oh, that's going to be real damn good then.
And they throw in the duct tape for free.
Yay.
My notes are very disorganized this week.
Yeah, I just put that on my sheet, so.
Okay. All right. If there is nothing else, you pick up the high-tech toolkit. It's slightly used from Corman Rodge shipyards, which is the main sort of shipyard on Satana Station. They don't do great work, but it's cheap and it's good enough. It'll get you there. But they do have decent toolkits, so you're able to get that there. All right. If there is nothing else, I shall give you another random encounter on the way back to the ship, and then we can take it from there. I really should stick some page markers in here. Okay. All right. As you make your way back down towards the ship docks, where there are other ships docked as well, besides yours, a slender Sophon in a body-clinging athletic suit comes sprinting down the corridor, weaving between people, and even sprinting up the wall and across the ceiling to move more quickly. Behind them, trailing on a strap, is a square bag, and as they zoom on past you, nearly hitting you all, you smell garlic and cheese. And then they're off, sprinting along the wall and faster down the corridor. Right, back into the ship. Someone needs to navigate and someone needs to pilot. Possibly the same person.
I'll assist Nyx with the piloting.
Who's doing the navigation? Sorry, what was that?
Sorry, I say that Sappho will be the navigator.
Okay. Right. Do. Okay. Right, navigation's not difficult. So whoever's navigating, add 3 to your logic save and roll under it.
Bonus. 3 as a bonus? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So take your logic save, add 3 to it, roll equal to or under that number. Two?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. You slide into the navigator's chair, pop in the data, and work your way through it, plotting the course. And now Nyx piloting with assistance. So bump your piloting skill up by 1 and roll. You're muted. Which? Or did they leave a message that they've gone away somewhere? Nope. Witch Queen, hello. You're muted.
Oh boy.
We need a little AFK flag or something.
Maybe just roll 4.
Yeah. Don't know what the skill is. But that's a failure. But that's a success on the save. Okay. Alright. So you slam into warp space and spend a few days watching streaks of coloured light go by the handful of windows that you've got. At the end of those few days, the approach alarm goes off and the hot take re-emerges from hyperspace into real space. If there was noise in space, it would probably make some sort of warp noise. You can hear that on the inside because it resonates with the hull. You're used to warping into systems, so you're used to there being at least one star nearby and, you know, some planets and things, stuff to look at. Here, though, you've just warped into what at first blush seems to be completely empty space. But then the sensor grid comes up and flags the planet. It wasn't a great hyper jump, so you're a bit out of position, trailing behind the planet. So you're going to have to burn a bit more fuel than you would have liked to catch up to it and land. The world reads like an... What's the word? Ecumenopolis? City planet. City world.
City planet.
Yeah, but there's no life signs, no signs of any active habitation, but there are tons and tons and tons of structures all over its surface. You're also not reading any significant amounts of water. There is an atmosphere, but it has frozen and fallen out of the sky to land as heavy snow over all of the buildings and stuff beneath. Neatly layered by gas, which is kind of neat. However, the surface of the planet is incredibly dense with these buildings and structures, spires, grave markers, obelisks of titanic size that reach up as high as the star scrapers on some worlds. Piloting between them is going to be a bit tricky. So, Nyx, presumably with more assistance, can make a piloting roll to navigate through these.
Okay. Let me pull up a dice roller because unfortunately Discord is malfunctioning for me right now. Let's see if roll 20 will work. 1d20, and then my pilot starship is 2, so plus. Oh,
So
this is a d6.
Yeah, D6 equal to or under your piloting if you can. You got a bonus of +1.
Gotcha. With the +1?
With a +1, yeah.
Okay. Roll 20 doesn't seem to want to work right now either.
Do you want me to roll dice for you?
Yeah, that'd be helpful. I may have to exit and rejoin if it doesn't work.
I rolled a 6, so you probably failed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes. I rolled a 4. So that is above.
Okay. In which
Failed
case,
regardless.
you now need to make a reflexes save.
Okay. Reflexes is a saving throw. And the reflexes is 8. So a d20 under
D20,
8?
8 or under. Yep.
Okay. Waiting for it to load. Okay, that is a failure. I rolled a nat 20.
Okay, let me see how bad that was. Whoever has the stats for the ship, please roll its armor.
Sorry. Life getting at me.
Yeah. Please tell me someone has the stats for the ship. I'll have to go and look at my blog, won't I?
Oh, I'm looking, but I don't.
Hold on.
Okay, it has an armor of D4. Someone roll a D4.
I'm having difficulty rolling right now. I'll probably have to grab some real dice.
Roll a d4.
4. 3.
3. Okay. All right. The ship takes 4 hit points of damage, dropping it from 28 to 24. As Nyx completely fails to see a pitch black monolith against a pitch black sky on a pitch black planet, which, somewhat forgivable. But there is a horrible, loud crash and scraping noise. The ship tears through the edge of this monolith. The stone collapses, and the top quarter of this monolith slowly sort of tumbles and breaks and falls and descends down onto the surface of the tomb world below with an enormous crash, which you can't hear because there's no atmosphere. But looking at it makes you wince slightly. Instantly, your sensors light up, saying they're picking up incoming energy signatures. I need to take a short break to go and take some painkillers and deal with some stuff. So let's take a pause there for 10 minutes, and we'll come back and deal with the outcome of your failed rolls.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
I'll drop you all out, and we'll see everyone in about 10 minutes. Hopefully everyone's back.
I am.
Here.
Here I am.
Yerp.
Yerp.
Yarp.
Give you a sec to filter back in. Do. All right. So when we last left our hapless adventurers, Nix had accidentally, while descending to the planet, clipped an enormous black obelisk and set off some sort of security or defenses. Your sensors all light up and caution you that a pair of fighter-sized drones have launched from the surface and are rapidly converging on your position. Nix is the pilot. Can the pilot roll initiative, please?
I should be able to at last. Okay, so initiative, I believe, is just a d20 plus initiative bonus, or is it something different?
Plus your dexterity and wisdom bonuses, I think.
Okay. Okay, I gotta open my character sheet again because it got closed.
Oops.
Hold on one moment. Sorry for the wait, everyone.
Oh, sorry, your
don't worry.
attack bonus plus your wisdom bonus.
Oh, attack bonus plus wisdom bonus. Okay.
What were you saying, Caster?
And no worries. It's not like there was anything. Not like we had anything of a highly sensitive going on, like a missile fired at us.
Yeah. Perish the thought.
Well, at least we're not on Magrathea. Although, in that case, it may be good, because if we were on Magrathea, one of the missiles would turn into a bowl of petunias, and one would turn into a whale. Okay, here we go. Nyx and the Turok cheat sheet. And Nyx's initiative is, of course, a 0.
Okay. Is that what you rolled, or?
No. What I rolled is this. 9.
Okay, believe it or not, that's higher.
Oh, wow.
All right. So you get to set the stakes for this bit of combat. So yeah, the obelisk continues to collapse and smash down into the tomb world behind you as you carry on. Your navigation is pointing the way to the correct tomb that you want to land on, but it'll be a while before you get there yet. And you have 2 fighters converging on your position. How do you want to deal with them?
I would like to... So there's 2 coming at me. I would like to pull a maneuver where I go straight up and then back down and then straight ahead, so that it'll increase the likelihood of the missiles impacting each other.
Okay. Right. Do you want to impose any piloting penalties on yourself to make it a really high G maneuver or anything?
Yes. It may not go well, but I do want to.
Okay. How much do you want to impose a penalty on your piloting roll by?
Well, I can only do it by 1 because I only have 2 ranks in piloting Starship. So yeah, I'll do it by 1.
Okay. Make a pilot Starship roll.
Okay.
So D6.
And that's a failure. I rolled a 4 instead of a 1.
And now roll a D20 on the hot takes reflexes, which is 5.
Okay.
So 5 or under on a D20.
That is a 4.
Okay. So you managed just barely to pull off the maneuver. All right, everyone's thrown hard to the deck plating, as the ship rapidly changes direction. Good thing you've got inertial dampers, or you'd all be pizza. Rockets up into the sky on full blast, then stops, twists around, and rockets back down as fast as possible. These ship drones or missiles, whatever they are, they don't seem to be particularly clever because they just try to follow you and do the same maneuver.
Will someone please man the turrets and put those things down?
You just hear almost go, already on it.
The Safo starts clapping towards Nyx, looking at her in a very accusative way because she doesn't approve of her piloting skills at all.
If you don't like it, you can do it yourself.
Oh, well, the next time, if we survive this,
Okay, the two fighter craft accelerate and try to fly up right on your tail, but fragments of broken monolith are still falling away from where you clipped them. One of these little fighter craft gets clipped by some of the falling rocks and partially damaged. It drops back a little bit behind the other one. All right, other actions. The ship has... Your ship, that is, has a twin turret CTF point defense plasma blaster, which someone can use. And if you can come up with any other bright ideas of things to do on board ship that would help in the combat, you are welcome to do so.
Do we have a sandblaster weapon?
No.
Who has the best ranged combat?
I have +3 range, and also I'm already in the cockpit.
I was hoping to get a sandblaster. Go ahead.
Or could I be on the radar, trying to?
Yep. Let's go through one by one. Presumably, Grimalkin intends to hide somewhere in case of boarders, robots, or anything. That seems to be his go-to thing.
Yeah, I got no hands, so
yeah,
I'm not manning a gun.
Okay, Grimalkin is lurking in ambush ready. Okay, Flog.
What can I do?
What? I don't know. What can you do?
Well, I'm really smart, but I'm very small.
Hailing frequencies. If
All
you
right.
have any
I'll take
hacking
over.
skill or anything?
No, like I said, I just have a high logic skill or logic save.
So what you can do?
I'll go to some. Yeah, I'll do some sort of electronic communications interference, whatever, so that and just default to my logic save since I have no skill in anything like that.
Yes. So you scramble over to the correct readout and make a logic save.
Oh, well, no, and I failed.
Fail. Okay. Right. You open hailing frequencies, but all you get is gibberish, and then you try pumping all kinds of noise into the local electronic surround, trying to shake off some of their tracking. You don't think it's working, but opening hailing frequencies and just sliding the volume up and down doesn't seem to be doing much good. So maybe you'll have a brighter idea next turn. What's Jim doing?
I slide behind Nyx, and I would like to inspire him with a rousing rendition of Learning to Fly by Tom Petty.
Okay, so offering great encouragement. Nyx can have a +1 bonus to a skill roll next turn.
What, no Freebird?
Yeah, I thought that in this case, Learning to Fly was more appropriate.
By the way,
Definitely.
Nyx is a female character.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay. And Sappho?
Sappho stepped away.
Okay. In which case, Joe?
Joe is going to be on the radar trying to, shout out commands like, hey, we have, stuff coming from the starboard side.
Okay. So, greater situational awareness.
Yep.
Do you want to help?
Wait.
So, do you want to help the pilot or the gunner with your information?
Let's go gunner.
Okay. Right. What's Alma doing?
Aiming and firing.
Okay. So you man the plasma blasters.
Yeah.
And Jokai forwards targeting information to you. So roll d20, add your ranged attack bonus with a extra bonus of +1.
Okay.
I have a question though.
12.
What does automation times 8 do?
Replaces 8 crew that would otherwise be needed to operate the ship.
That's what I thought.
Did you hit? What did you roll?
12.
That is a hit. Ships are generally quite easy to hit. All right. Roll damage, for which you need to roll 2d6, take the highest.
2d6, take the highest. 4.
Okay. But you are a scale 4 ship. So that scales up to 16. And then, well, we can either do it favoring the ship or we can do it this way. And basically works out the same. What scale are they? Scale 2, so they're half your size, so that's actually double damage. So that's 8 damage.
Yeah, I've decided that other than the fact that you did the ammunition save before anybody and the alien creation of the traits, this combat part, this change, the difference in size really works well. I really like this mechanic a lot. It was actually very subtle but very ingenious.
It does work well. I partially stole it from the Silhouette system, and I partially stole it from Fate, and then tweaked it. So, Starblazer Adventures, appropriately enough for Fate. Okay, a stream of plasma blasts flies out of your turret as you come diving back down between the two alien fighter craft. Plasma bolts score across the surface of one that's already damaged. It looks about halfway gone. Another solid blast should probably finish it off. But they twist around and come back down behind you. And from the needle points at their tips, purplish beams of light spark out, aiming for you. Now, it's +1 defense. The defense of your ship is only 8, but they're not particularly skilled. Okay, the beams hit the rear of your vessel. So their pulse beam cannons do 1d8, halved 0.5. Armor's going to stop that. The other beam does 6 damage, halved is 3. So roll a d4 for your ship's armor.
Okay. 3.
All right. The armor plating on the rear of the hot tank takes the blasts without any real problem whatsoever. Just some of the surface paint is burnt away, revealing the bare plates beneath. The ship registers the hits, but you can almost hear the sarcasm in the alert. Like, oh, we've been shot. Ooh. All right, new turn. Roll initiative again, please.
All right, I have a question.
Yes.
When the ship takes damage, do they not get a toughness save to resist that damage?
No.
That's not what your rules say. Toughness save, the ship's hardiness, resistance to damage, and hull integrity.
So if your ship gets hit by some kind of special effect, like in Star Wars terms, an ion cannon or something,
sure,
then you would roll your toughness save. Or
Energy
if you decide
versus Connecticut.
Sorry, what?
So energy versus kinetic.
So the toughness is more like human toughness, right? So it's more about your immune system, how much pain you can deal with, that sort of thing. Translate that into ship terms, and it's okay. Your ship gets hit with an EMP weapon.
Gotcha.
Does it shut down, or we're using the ship as an impromptu submarine? How deep can we go before we start taking damage? Things like that. Yeah.
Cool. Yep.
All right.
Cool.
So what did you get for initiative?
Oh, am I rolling again? I will.
Yes. Yeah. You're the pilot. Pilot rolls initiative.
Okay, I was not aware of that. I forgot. Sorry. Okay, here we go. 1d20. Does the ship have an initiative bonus at all, or is it just my initiative?
No. It's just your initiative.
I can assist her since I am the co-pilot.
I got a 15.
So you can add one to your skill from the assistance.
Okay.
I
got a 15.
or to the initiative, but you got 15. Okay.
Plus one for me too.
Yeah. So you can either add a couple of points to your initiative, or you can save it for your piloting roll.
I'll save it for the piloting roll.
Okay. All right. So Sappho helps with the piloting. Jim is still helping with the piloting, so that's the +2. What is Joe doing? Still the same information? Tracking info?
Yeah.
Okay. And Alma will be shooting. They, however, got the drop on you. They don't pull off any special maneuvers. They just fall in behind you. They don't try to hedge you into anything. So you're fine.
So I'm going to use the comm station to overload their radar tracking locking mechanism.
Okay, can you make a tinker roll? Because that's
No, I gotta
what
make
this
a
system
logic.
is meant for.
Well, I guess
logic save. Make the tinker roll first.
No, didn't make that.
Okay,
And
now make the
made
logic
that
save.
Made that easily. Got a 5.
Okay. The system comes up with a bunch of alert screens telling you shouldn't be doing this, but you sort of swipe them all away and pile the power up. So their targeting is going to be knocked off. All right, but they got initiative. They don't do anything fancy. They just fall in behind you and blast away. So... miss. And hit. 4 damage, halved. 2. Roll armor for the ship, d4.
Hey, Grim, they're falling
What-
in behind our ship. Are we within like the atmosphere of the planet?
There isn't
There
really
isn't.
an atmosphere. It froze and fell to the surface. Sorry,
2.
what did you get for the armor roll? 2? Okay. Once again, the ship manages to shrug off these beams, but they are leaving black and scorch marks on the hot take's butt. All right. We know what everyone's doing, which just leaves Alma to fire the guns then. We can draw the piloting bonus across and turn that into an attack bonus if Mix can come up with a cool maneuver.
Okay.
Crazy Ivan.
That's what I tried to do the first time, but I'll do a Crazy Ivan in actuality this time.
Can I ask something first before she?
Yeah.
Do we have an airlock?
Yes.
I jump out the airlock at his ship.
Can you survive in a vacuum?
I'm pretty tough. And I got a force field on. You got a force field on.
You've got a pressure suit designed for you, because everyone needs one. So you could get into that first. That would be this turn, and then next turn.
Okay. I'll do that.
All right. So you run to the suit-up station, and a series of robot arms start putting your vacuum suit on you. Ready to leap out, presumably next turn, and attack an enemy spaceship with your claws. All right. For the piloting maneuver, they didn't do anything fancy, so just make a straight piloting roll with a bonus of +2.
Okay. D6. That is a 0 I rolled because I rolled a 2 with a +2.
Right, so that's 2 under 4.
Oh.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a success. So you don't need to
Awesome.
do a logic save or anything. All right. So the ships barrel past you, right in front, into the optimal position for Alma to blast them. All right, make a ranged attack roll at +2.
At +2, 19.
Very definitely a hit. Roll damage.
2d6, take the highest.
Yep.
6.
Double it is 12. Minus the armor. Drops it to 10, which isn't enough to ward off all the damage. Okay. They swoop past you too fast, overshooting you. You swing the plasma turret around and send several blasts of plasma with pinpoint accuracy into the first ship. It breaks apart with fragments of burning hull flashing in all directions. Where the hot remnants of the hull hit the surface and the snow that used to be atmosphere, it ignites a layer of hydrogen which starts burning off around the whole planet. Which is very pretty and lights everything up nicely for you. All right. New turn. Initiative. 1 drone left.
Okay, I will roll initiative again. Let's see. What do I get this time? A 19.
Okay. You have the initiative. Do you want to pull off any special maneuvers? They're right in front of you at the moment.
I want to. Did I pull the crazy Ivan last time? Because I wanted to do that.
Whatever maneuver you were doing, it succeeded and left them in a disadvantageous position.
Okay. I will try to. Well, so are the turrets facing forward and kind of have, or do they have omnidirectional like targeting?
They can swivel in all directions. They're ball turrets, but there's
Okay.
one on the top and one on the bottom, basically.
Okay. So in that case, I guess I'll just stay the course and make sure that it lines up with the shots that they can take.
Okay. Do you want to impose any penalty on your piloting roll?
No.
Okay. What's everyone doing to assist this turn? Grimalkin is suited up, ready in the airlock. Do you want to try and leap out and hit the other vessel? Or do you want to wait?
Well, I gotta wait till it's lined up behind us.
Okay. So we'll do you last then. Flog, are you continuing your signal assault?
Yes, my signal assault to reduce their ability to lock on and shoot us.
Okay, so I will continue to give them a -1 penalty to attack. Jim is continuing to play his music.
I am, but I will move into Ozzy Osbourne flying high again.
Okay.
It's natural progression from Tom Petty, I mean.
Does Sappho want to continue to assist with the piloting? Or
Exactamundo.
okay. Right. And Joe continue feeding the sensor data?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So, Nix, make a piloting roll. You've got +2 to your piloting skill.
Okay. That's a natural 1
Okay.
on a d6.
So that's very much a success. The thing starts to jink side to side, trying to get away from you, but you manage to stay on its tail despite being in a, relatively speaking, large wallowing vessel. You're just that good, at least when people are helping you. All right. So, Alma, then make an attack roll with +2.
With +2, 18.
That's very definitely a hit. Roll
And
damage.
5.
So 10 minus their armor. That's 7. Okay. Several blasts hit the rear of this vessel. It starts to smoke, leaving a pluming trail behind it. Then it spins around and sort of flies in reverse in front of you and fires back. It hits. It does 8 damage, halved, 4 damage. Roll a d4 for armor.
4.
Okay, you're momentarily blinded and sort of look away from the view screen as its beams hit over your sensors, but no serious damage is reported, and the screen polarizes to stop anything else happening. All right, next turn. Roll initiative.
Where Nix, that's you. Did we lose Nix?
Muted.
Next. I'm haunting
All right.
you.
Then the co-pilot, take over.
Yes, co-pilot take over. Safo, make a d20 initiative roll.
On it. And oh my goodness, a 3.
3. Okay, you're not going first.
Roll a 1.
I'm back, sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
What co-pilots are for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the drone does not do anything fancy. It just continues to fly in reverse and fire at you. And it's got the drop on you and rolled a natural 20.
It's in reverse. Flying
But
at
then-
what?
Flying away from you, inertia's the
I
thing.
hear you.
Uh,
Flying away.
they
in
got a
reverse.
crit, but then rolled a 1 for damage, so that's 2 damage.
Hooray.
Roll armor for the ship.
Oh, 3.
Okay. It's forced to hit its thrusters so that it doesn't plow into the surface of the planet at this point, and that seems to drain some energy from the beam. So while it stays on the front of your ship, scribbling away, it lessens and lessens in power and has no chance of getting through your micrometeorite shielding. All right. Is everyone doing basically the same things as last turn?
Yep.
Okay. The pilot needs to make a roll. You've got +2 to your piloting skill, just to stay on target, really.
Yeah.
So,
Shall I write roll skills or?
yes, D6 equal to or under your skill, but your skill is increased by +2.
My goodness. Roll at the 1.
Okay, so that's a success. All right, you managed to stay on target and not crash into anything as you pursue it. Right, so Grimalkin, you definitely have an opportunity here. We forgot you at the end of last turn, so we'll do that first.
That's fine.
Do you want to jump out the airlock and attack it?
Yeah, if it's behind us where I can actually hit it.
Yeah, you can wait
Is it
until it's in
possible to
position.
override that from evacuating all the air out of the ship? And
I'm in an airlock.
You're busy, and there is an airlock. All right, Grimalkin finishes getting suited up, cycles the airlock, clambers out onto the exterior of the ship in his mag paws, and stares ahead at this ship as plasma beams and lasers fire all around. Right. And then you hurl yourself from the ship to attack the other one in a brief pause between firing. Pun intended. All right. Make a ranged attack roll because you're using your body as a missile.
10.
Okay, that is enough to hit it because it's being interfered with. All right, your data screens all light up with friend or foe ident and identify a member of your crew, Grimalkin, as the large furry missile in a spacesuit that just launched itself from the upper part of the hull towards the enemy fighter. He slams into it full force. Can you roll your melee damage, please?
It's at 7.
7. All right. So that is...
And I'm a large thing.
Yeah.
In case the size difference matters.
All right. Yeah, you hurl yourself through the void and slam into the enemy fighter. There is no cockpit or anything, just clusters of sensors. You start biting and ripping and tearing off plating from the hull.
I try to concentrate on the sensors because that's really why I did it.
Yeah, you rip and tear at it. What are you guys going to do? Because you can't exactly shoot at it with Grimalkin on it.
Well, Safo uses the intercom and says, "Don't open fire. Grimalkin is dealing with that thing. Hold it."
Yeah, imagine Battle Cat like tackling one of Skeletor's machines, and that's basically what you're seeing. It's a spaceship; it can't fight back in close combat. So Grimalkin kind of surfs the drone down towards the surface as the hydrogen fires burn into the distance, and slams into the ground. Okay, let's see. Damn players making me improvise shit. Right.
Do you have any kind of tractor?
You do not have a tractor beam, I don't think. Let me check for any grapples or anything. No, you have not haven't got anything like that fitted yet.
I wait till it almost slams into the ground and then jump.
Yeah, well, its thrusters go off because it's still governed by self-preservation protocols.
Safo will try to approach the ship the closest as possible so Grimalkin can try to jump back, at least to hold into the hull until we land.
Okay. But pilot and co-pilot have plenty of time to get the ship level and safe again. Grimalkin, make a reflexes save to try and leap off at just the right moment.
I was hoping you were going to say toughness save, so I let myself slam into the ground because that's way easier.
I mean, if you want to do that instead, if you just want to take the impact,
he's better. Yeah, he's better rolling with the impact than he is trying to jump.
Okay, make the toughness save then.
Easy, because I got a toughness save of 12. So.
Okay, so half damage. Okay, you take 2 points of damage. You can roll your armor to soak that.
I don't have any armor. I just take it.
Okay. Yeah, you hit hard. It knocks the breath out of you, roughs up your spacesuit a little, but nothing too serious.
Yeah, that'll be gone in 2 rounds.
Yeah, the drone smashes into the surface and breaks into fragments. and the hot take comes scooting down above you, station keeping with its thrusters. But the threat seems to have been dealt with.
Okay. So I make sure first that the drone is down, like it can't lift itself back up.
Right. You pad over to the thing. Yeah, there's no organics or anything inside it that you can see.
But if there's like fuel lines or anything, it'll rip and tear apart them.
Yeah. You'd rip and tear, pulling out pipes and cables until you rip out its computer brain finally, and it completely switches off. All right, you're not that far now from where you need to be. So presumably you're just going to gently pilot your way the rest of the way to the tomb. Yes?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't we presume to do everything gently, and it just never works out that way?
Well, Alma's very gentle, don't you know?
Tender, even.
Safo turns to Plug and asks, "Where you found that guy?" Talking about the Grimalkin cows. She's completely in disbelief about what happened just now.
A place
right.
called 60 Beats.
All right, you set the ship down fairly close to where this tomb is supposed to be. Leave the toaster standing guard in the ship in case anyone else comes along. Right. This tomb in the records is called the Singing Tomb. Whether that's just a bit of local color or something, you're not entirely sure, or some joke on the behalf of the surveyors. But that's what it's called. It's a short walk. The aliens seem to have preferred to build with ramps rather than stairs for whatever reason, but that makes it easy for your various different body plans and so on to make your way up. The building is a squat step pyramid with another enormous obelisk stretching way up into the sky on monumental scale. A gigantic airlock, seemingly made out of stone, stands before you. On either side of it are two round consoles. Each one has 10 small holes around the outside of it, and some kind of ancient, barely discernible interface screen in the middle of the circle.
So on the flight out, I'm going to have reviewed and studied the data crystal about the background and history of this find and see what it is it can reveal that will help us in this endeavor. Xenoarchaeology is going to be what I'm going to lean on there.
Okay, make a xenoarchaeology roll.
All right. I have various archaeological tools. Can I use them?
You can have a +1 for those.
Excellent.
And another
right.
+1 for having the records.
All right. Wow, that puts me at 5.
Okay.
Roll the 2.
All right. So, yeah. Flog calls up his data that he's picked up and starts examining the panels and so on. The Thanorix were isopods, so they had 10 limbs, 2 sets of 5, which would explain the 10 holes around the outside. They also seem to, according to the records, mostly operate in pairs. So you're going to have to find a way to trigger 20 little controllers in each of the things on either side in order to get this gigantic stone airlock to open.
Well, interestingly enough, Tangle has 10 tentacles.
That's why they're tentacles and not ninacles.
I literally can take on whatever form is necessary. They just all need to be pushed at once.
Okay, so between your beast of burden,
Better. No, I like all that way. It's all literally. There's no mistake of tentacle, who's only an animal after all, making a mistake.
Yeah,
has great precision with their appendices.
So between Alma and Flog's mount, you should be able to get him. What's your mount's name again?
Oh no! Well, my mount is Tangle.
Okay.
Like that, but couldn't Alma be able to do all 20 and create a form that does that, or
they're either side of this enormous airlock, so it'd be a bit of a stretch. Alma can try, but it would be a bit far.
Yeah, probably better you do one side, I do the other.
You'd have to make a toughness save to stretch yourself out between the two.
Oh, makes sense. All right. Well, so what does it look like we're supposed to do other than there's these little holes?
Finger.
You won't know until you stick something in the hole. As the actress said to the bishop.
Ooh. Wow. That just took 2 seconds to go. Oh, there's actually more layers to that joke than I realized. So using my xenoarchaeology, I would like to kind of understand what I'm looking at and what is the opportunity of somebody doing some horrendous mistake, because I'm known for that, making horrendous mistakes.
You suspect at this outer level of the tomb, you're not going to run into anything particularly deadly or dangerous. It reminds you of launch systems for weapons that require 2 keys to be turned, that sort of thing. So you suspect that it's likely that both of these mechanisms need to be activated the right way at the same time.
Okay, so I peer inside one of these holes. Does it look like there's a button or something needs to be depressed, or does it look like there's a key or some sort of beam that needs to be broken, something like that?
Somewhat vacuum damaged, but still intact inside the holes are little buttons. Quite delicate. Look like they're quite easy to push.
Okay. So I show them to Alma. So Alma is aware of what it is we're doing. And I guess on the count of schmeggets, we press. You ready?
Yep.
Agens, Dumbit, schmeggets.
All right. So Alma inserts parts of its body into the controls, and you try to corral your mount into sticking its tentacles into all the holes.
Correct.
Do you have any special animal handling capabilities?
Well, it's my trained animal.
It's your trained animal. Okay. How many points in trained animal do you have?
Oh, man, I've got a boatload. I have 4 points.
Okay. Roll D6, 4 or under to corral him into sticking his tentacles in each individual hole.
Come on. Stop falling up. All right, there we go. 3 for each one, you
All
said?
right.
Oh, just once.
That's fine. All right. So between you stick all your digits or parts of your body or whatever into the various holes. Each screen lights up. On the one Alma is over, an arrow shape, roughly, about the same shape as those ships that attacked you, actually, appears on the screen, pointing to 12 o'clock. On Flog's screen, a similar arrow appears, pointing to 3 o'clock.
I push the equivalent of whatever is the topmost.
Okay.
What? I don't.
The arrow doesn't
Remember,
move.
I have no visual. I can't see things as you describe them. So say it again, please. I'm sorry.
All right. So imagine each of these devices is a dial. Only instead of 12, it's got 10 around the outside where the buttons are. Yeah. On Alma's one, the arrow is pointing to basically midday, right? And on the one that you're in front of, the arrow is pointing to roughly approximate to 3 o'clock.
But so what is at what are the 10 holes? They're in a circle?
Yeah. Around the outside of the device.
Yeah, I then try the first and second hole at the same time.
All right, wait a minute.
Okay.
Wait a minute. So, and then noon and 3.
Yeah.
But there's only 10. There's not 12.
Yeah. I'm just giving you rough approximations.
Understood. So are there digits, or are there holes that line up with the arrow's position?
Yes, and it seems that pressing like combinations of buttons or pressing them in order causes the arrows to move.
Uh-oh. All right. Well, this requires someone who knows how to make that kind of puzzle happen. Simon left. Oh, shit. All right. Who's good at this?
Well, you know how to operate it, so just where do you want the arrows to point?
I'm going to try to get it to point at the door. I'm going to instruct the other person, try to get it to also point at the door.
Okay, so nothing happens.
What are we trying to get to point? What are we moving?
These arrows that are on the screens in the middle of the circles.
So it's like a touch screen, or it's a dial?
It's like a readout dial in the center of all these holes and buttons. Like an old rotary phone.
Yeah. Try to get the arrows to point at each other.
Okay.
Sure. Let's get the arrows to point at each other.
Nothing happens, and both arrows turn red and go honk.
If I let go, is it like literally like a rotary and it goes back? Or does it stay?
Yeah, if you let go, your one goes back to 3 o'clock.
Interesting.
And lights up green.
All right, I'll try putting it to the opposite to 9 o'clock.
Okay, the airlock starts to grind open. The dust and frozen atmosphere of Aeons cracks and falls away. The enormous stone doors part. There is a second set of doors inside, and a small gap between the outer doors and the inner doors. It looks like the interior of the tomb is a pressurized environment.
So, okay, well, let's enter the airlock.
Okay. Is anyone doing anything different, or are you all proceeding?
I'm proceeding.
Okay. Right. You step into the enormous airlock. The door behind you cycles shut. The door before you slowly cranks open. It's not warm in here, but it's warmer than the cold vacuum that there was beyond. The atmosphere equalizes. Your suit sensors light up and tell you it's mostly standard breathable atmosphere. Oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, quite a lot of water vapor, and a lot of mold spores in the air. But it does say it's breathable.
I put on my mask.
So open your helmet and put on your mask instead, yeah?
I have a filter mask.
Yeah.
I put on my filter mask as well, because I do believe I have one. It does not look like I have that after all.
When you open your helmet to put your mask on, Flog, you hear a faint tone, like a constant hum, coming from the tomb all around you. It's just like constantly going. There is a large, cavernous, hemispherical chamber before you, made of the same black stone, apparently. There are enormous planters and a couple of arcs, and in each planter are dead alien trees from God knows what world. They're not any species of tree or anything you've ever seen before, so who knows where in the galaxy they've come from. But they're all very dead and full of fungal growths and other similar scavenger plant-type species growing all over them. Beyond those, on the far side of this enormous echoing chamber, are 3 doors. Very low down to the ground.
I go over to Jim and go, it hums. Do you hear it?
Do we hear it with the mask still on, or do we have to take the mask
Yeah,
off?
if you lift your spacesuit vac-suit helmet, you'll be able to hear it.
I'm going to take his word for it.
Your character's a musician, so yeah.
Yeah.
One of the strings on your guitar is vibrating in resonance.
Ah, nice.
Which one?
A low note. I don't know anything about music, but whatever the lowest note is.
Low E.
Low E.
There you go.
Okay. If I move the guitar around, does it get stronger if I kind of point it in one direction versus another?
It's coming from everywhere, but it seems to be strongest at the first of the 3 doors on the far side of the chamber.
All right. Well, I'll inform everybody. There seems to be some sort of resonance going on that's coming from the first of the 3 doors.
I think I have resonant sounding tool. Wait.
Could I use my personal communicator to emit a sound that matches the vibration?
Make a tinker roll.
Okay. Six. That's 1 over what I have, unfortunately.
Okay. You can't figure out how to record a tone of the right sound and play it back through your personal comm.
Okay.
So you're like holding it up to your mouth and going or you just can't quite get it right.
Seeing what she does, I'm going to take the tools and try to do the same thing, but hopefully succeed this time.
Okay. So run it back by me again. Exactly what you're doing.
Oh, I'm going to try to do what she did, but I'm going to use the high-tech tools on a comm and change form appropriately.
Okay, so roll with the bonus to your tinker, so +3. So that's probably 4.
Yep, and 5, and that's enough. +4.
So what's your tinker skill without bonus?
1.
So +3 takes it to 4, but you said you rolled a 5, didn't you?
And I take on a form, so that's a +1 on top of.
Oh, okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
All right. You take it, your comm, inspired by Nyx's failure. Use the tools, sort through the menus, record the right note, and start playing it back. It starts to resonate and vibrate more, and the whole chamber makes the sound louder and louder. And it seems to get louder when you point it towards the first of the doors.
Okay, I'm going to unload my stratigraphy scanner, which is just a little tiny LiDAR, and go to that door that is resonating more intensely and take a look at it.
All right. The door is coated in some carbon dust. But as it's started to resonate and vibrate, the dust is starting to slowly shake free, which is revealing that the door is actually a large faceted crystal.
Ooh, now I'm going to take out my multispectral survey wand and figure out what it is.
Okay. Make a tinker roll with a +1 bonus for the tools. Or an exotech roll, because this is exotic technology.
There we go. I make it with a 3.
Okay, this is an exotic crystal that exists only barely in this dimension and mostly in another dimension. It wouldn't take much to nudge it fully into the other dimension.
I push it.
It feels solid to you, but
what kind of nudge? You know, that's what I was actually referring to. What do you mean by nudge?
Energy or some other alteration to it?
So I'm going to take out my micro chisel and vibro spatula and take a little tiny piece off of it.
Can we see it?
Yeah, you can see it. It looks like a very, almost like an amethyst. I didn't anticipate anyone taking anything off it, so let's see. All right, yeah, you managed to chip off a tiny piece of the crystal.
That wasn't enough of a change for it to change state?
The tone has changed slightly because you've altered the shape of the crystal. So it's no longer fully resonating with the comm devices.
I turn on my
noise
force.
starts to abate.
Can I match? Can I play?
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
One at a time. Grimmelkin first. What do you want to do?
Okay.
I turn on my force field and swat it once my force field's on.
Okay. There's a brief shimmer in the air around Grimmelkin as the force field comes on, and then you swipe at the door with your force field on.
Yeah, I want to see if the force field will interact with the crystal. You said it would take some energy to push it to the.
Yeah. So you feel resistance when your force field intersects with the crystal, but they're not on the same frequency, so they just kind of jar with each other. And your force field crackles.
What if I change the light spectrum on my force field because I bought the extra special control thing?
Okay. Make a tinker roll.
It's supposed to be just a control. It's a.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to spend an extra 500 credits on it, or 250 credits.
Let me just look exactly what I wrote. Force fields.
So I can set the light patterns and stuff. So I'm wondering if it's at a different frequency, if it's a different light. Instead of it just being invisible.
Yeah. Okay. So you tune your force field until it's in the same sort of ballpark as the frequency of the crystal, which is now slightly off from what it was before because Flog stole part of it. As the vibrations come into conjunction with each other, there's a bright flash from your force field, and then the crystalline door just completely disappears. Just vanishes. Air rushes in with a loud where it was.
And I just nonchalantly stroll through.
Yeah, you stroll through with energy crackling around your force field. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm glad I got that one sample. I'm going to put it away in my sample hole.
Yes. Note down on your sheet, fragment of dimensional crystal.
Yes. My specimen pottery.
All right. You enter the next chamber. You can almost feel that enormous monumental weight of the tomb spire above you bearing down in here. This chamber is rounded in all of its corners and sections. It's a bit like being digested in some cyclopean beast's colon. It gives you this horrible feeling of kind of being digested, which leaves you feeling very uncomfortable. It's all dark. The internal lights that switch on are definitely biased downwards towards the ultraviolet, to the point where anyone with human type senses starts to get a bit of a headache and to feel uncomfortable. But you do have lights on your vac suits, which can drown that out a bit. Along the sides of the chamber are old, rotting sort of couches. Not couches for anything remotely humanoid, but somewhere for something to lay and rest, you think. Set high in the walls along both sides are bunches of crystals, small ones. You don't think this is the data vault, but it's some sort of data vault. At the far end of the chamber, where the stone colon narrows towards what would be the anus, a small platform extends up out of the rock below, and there is a single shard of similar crystal hovering above it.
So what did my what are my recollections of the information I covered about the lower GI tract of this particular?
It's just what it looks like, you think, but you can make as xenoarchaeology roll.
Oh no! No.
You have no idea why they've carved out this enormous chamber that looks like a digestive tract. But yeah,
that would have been the xenopsychology skill. Then I would have understood. Better luck.
You could make a roll on that as well if you want.
Oh, I don't have any skill in that.
Okay. But yeah, for whatever reason, that's how they've carved it to look. So, for a quick recap, roughly conical but very curvy shaped chamber stretching ahead. At the far end is this plinth with a hovering crystal shard above it. There are more crystals set into the walls high above on either side, and there are rows of these big, weird shaped couches along either side. They're sort of like half a pipe with old, rotten cushioning on them.
Interesting.
Would we try and lift someone up to grab the floating crystal?
Yeah. With a bit of help, someone could fairly easily reach it.
Yeah, I'll form into a ladder, for lack of a better term.
Yep. And then volunteer to climb up.
Not me.
Sure, why not?
But I'll climb up.
Grimmelkin?
Who?
But I'm a large, so I don't know how good his ladder's going to be. I could probably just reach up or jump up.
You could jump up. Yeah.
I'll climb up.
I can do a jump.
And try to clean them.
I've got combat dodge and some other close stuff. So if I got to dodge and stuff, I mean, I don't mind.
Well, Alma forms into a ladder. Several of you kind of jump over each other to try and get at it. Boots end up in people's faces, struggling. Get your elbow out of my internal organs. But while you're all on top of each other like that, Grimelkin is able to just gracefully jump up, grab the thing in his mouth, and drop back down.
I float.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go up.
Well, by the time you levitate up there, he's already got it.
Yeah, I understand. I don't want to be close to him. I just want to see what happens when he.
Nothing bad. Nothing bad happens, but the plinth retracts down into the floor, leaving no visible trace of where it came out of. You have this crystal shard now. It looks like it's part of 3 shards that go together. It has projections out of it that look kind of like the teeth of a key, where it would lock together with another part.
Ooh.
Come on. We gotta get to the other doors.
All right. Well,
Grim, when I jump back down, I give this thing to whoever wants it because I'm not going to be able to carry it or use it.
Flog was closest to you, so he probably gets it. He's probably the one that's most enthusiastic to poke it with a stick anyway.
Yes. So I examine it.
Okay. Make a xenoarchaeology roll.
Xeno, I got a 4 on a 4. Is it a 4?
Okay.
Yeah. Nope, sorry, I have a 3. Oh, but I have tools, so...
Yes.
And
so
knowledge.
+1 for the tools. Yep.
All right. So I made a 4.
All right. You examine the thing. The locks are quite complex. In a way, they remind you of the complicated chewing mouth parts of insects in the way that they're supposed to lock together. You assume that more will become clear if you find other parts of this, which appears to be a key made of keys.
Okay. Well, I'll store this in one of my panniers and panniers, not paneer.
Not paneer. No, that'd be something. Yeah,
that would be cheese. That would be different.
Don't store Don't store alien artifacts in cheese. It's not good for either of them.
That's what I understood.
Okay. One second.
If you wish to enthrall an alien's heart, present it with a block of cheese.
Infest an alien with a piece of cheese.
When I was in high school, I was a wrestler, and I used to cut weight like just crazy. And the only thing I craved, man, was cheese. And after the first time, I remember for my junior year, first match I'd cut. I ate like a pound of cheese right after weigh-in. That was a serious mistake to then go out, wrestle 3 3-minute rounds with a pound of cheese and a gallon of Gatorade in your gullet. I made it through, but then I vomited.
I think that would help. Your opponents would go like, just end the match. I'm done.
I vomited first, but I didn't realize. I wasn't even thinking about it, man. I was just like, dumb. I'm just dumb.
I call this move fondue. All right. You make your way out of the previous chamber and back out into the round-shaped chamber. The door that you just emerged from doesn't return. Presumably that crystal is gone wherever it's supposed to go. The second door has 3 small screens set into it. The third door.
You mean
has
screens
single,
like a window? Or screens like
screens as in like readouts, computer readouts. The third door has just one screen attached to it.
All right, press on the third door screen.
Okay, it lights up. There is a horrible chittering sound that comes from it, and a bunch of glyphs in some alien language, which you have absolutely no idea what it means. After it goes through all of that, the screen wipes and comes to a readout screen with more alien gibberish down one side and 3 circles in a triangle formation, one of which is lit up, the other 2 are empty.
I take it that's the door statuses then. So it's probably the last one. So let's go to the 3-1 and push.
Okay, you push the screens. They light up, and each one has a flat line across it. One of them has a very, very dark red line across it. One of them has a very, very dark purple line across it. And the last screen lit up as if it's supposed to be displaying something, but you can't see any line on it.
Okay.
Give me a beat. Let me hear a solid bass line.
When you speak, each of the 3, well, 2 of the 3 screens, the line bounces up and down and makes an oscilloscope pattern.
Wah, 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 wah.
One of them seems to react more to the high tones, and one to the middle tones, and presumably the one you can't see reacts to the low tones.
Bom, 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 bom.
All right. What Alma will do then is split lines, threads for lack of a better term, like guitar strings, into towards the different ones, and basically aim for a low tone, high tone, mid tone with the plucking, for lack of a better term. Yeah.
All right. You set your body vibrating. You can adjust yourself to be an instrument that is good for that kind of thing. So +1 to
sort of had a guitar. Could have done this by myself.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you want to help tune, if you want to tune Alma, you'll not be against it.
No, go ahead.
You can help.
I tried to speak up, but sorry.
All right, so Tinker again, or
Tinker or Security, whichever is highest.
Well, with the tools, it's Tinker, so that would be.
And Jim can help with his guitar, so you can have a +1.
Okay, then taking on form without even the tools, 3. That's enough.
Yeah. Okay. So you rolled a 3, did you?
Yep.
Okay.
I also have performance, but
eventually you get the 3 tones just right. That takes a bit of experimentation and a lot of everyone else's patience because of the noise.
Do, re, Egon.
Wow, 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 wow.
So what are the 3 notes on Sofa Ledge?
I don't know because I'm not musical. Aliens probably have their own musical scaling. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
They're obviously sound-based aliens.
I would say triads would make the most sense.
The Dark Triad. They're psychopaths. Oh no, we're in trouble.
Okay. The door opens. A previously invisible cleft in the stone opens up, and it opens up either side like a pair of beetle wings. or wing casings opening up. Inside, there is an enormously long, gigantic corridor, and hanging from it in empty air are all manner of different shapes in some kind of dark, almost black metal with a purplish sheen to it.
All right, I will request the key from Long, and then I will look for the shapes that correspondingly match with them.
None of them seem to match this crystal, but you think, at the far distance, another plinth has extended from the bottom.
All right, I will head to that one then.
We think or we know?
You think.
Yeah.
It's quite far away.
Yeah. We get up
All
closer.
right. You step inside, and as you step onwards, what's everyone else doing?
I don't know where Nyx is right now in the scene.
Yeah, can you set the scene, please?
Okay. The second door opened. You looked in through the door, and there's this enormous corridor with all of these strange metallic shapes hanging seemingly by anti-gravity throughout the entire chamber. Then Alma stepped forward to start walking down this corridor.
Okay, hold on. Corridor and chamber mean two different things to me.
Okay. Well, imagine an enormous, very long chamber like a corridor. But too monumental in scale to be properly called a corridor.
Gotcha. A very
Avenue.
long chamber.
Passageway.
Yeah.
Okay. And in just haphazardly strewn around above our heads are objects of unidentifiable shapes.
Strange shapes of an unidentifiable metal that is black with a purplish sheen.
What is strange about the shape?
They don't fit your species' aesthetic sense. They just kind of annoy you. They vaguely bring to mind rot or destruction or rust, even though they're angular shapes. Looking at them makes you think of decay.
I was hoping you were going to say that they hang vaguely in the air like brickstones.
Like brickstone. No, these are all kinds of weird, sharp, angular shapes, but somehow they still give you the impression of decay.
Awesome.
Anyway, Alma steps forward. Alma takes a couple of steps into the chamber while the rest of you observe and decide what you're going to do. Alma's steps echo through the chamber, and several of these metallic shapes that are hanging above you start to sound like wind chimes or to hum with a similar sort of resonance. Do you want to keep walking?
Sure.
It matches the resonance of the echo.
The steps are setting off resonances, and the sound builds on itself.
Oh.
I will stop then. This probably is a sound trap.
Did you want me to go first?
No, actually, I can traverse this whole thing silently without touching the ground or making a noise. So why don't I do a little reconnoiter, whatever the fucking word.
Reconnoiter.
Reconnaissance.
A recce.
Yeah, let me scout ahead. Like,
it takes quite a while for the sounds to die down after Alma backs away. And then Flog can levitate slowly across the chamber, hopefully without making any noise. Roll a d20, don't get a 1.
All right.
It wouldn't be a stealth check?
2.
No. He's floating. There's no way for him to make noise, provided he doesn't say anything.
Oh, DJ should roll 2? just
Just Flog.
No, I literally rolled a 2.
But not a 1. So
no. So
all right. So from the doorway, you watch Flog float his way all the way down this enormous chamber to the far end, where there is a plinth with a similar crystal key hovering above it.
So I'm gonna go grab it.
Okay, roll d20 again. Don't get a 1.
Oh my god! 9.
Okay.
Not a 1.
You get hold of the key. You hold it tight so you don't drop it and make any noise or anything, and then carefully, slowly float your way back. You have 2 of the 3. They fit together, though you couldn't say why or how, but they do seem to fit together.
So you just kind of put them next to each other, and all of a sudden now there's just one piece.
Yeah.
I take.
They sort of flow into each other, and they were different colors to start with, but when you put them together, they both become a third color.
So if I do a little exotechnics look at it now that I've seen it do something. Nope, never mind. I still don't know what I didn't get either.
The third door opens itself, and as it does so, a couple of vacuum suits tumble out from where they were leant against the door and smack against the ground.
I run away from it in terror. Just kidding. I'm not an idiot in a Ridley Scott movie. I look in the suits. I take it there's probably something that was dead that was trying to get out because it got locked in a long time ago.
Yeah, the fingers of the suits are worn down to the underlayer, and you don't see anything inside the suit, but there's a sort of black slop sloshing around inside, but most of it had drained down into the boots.
Oh, I pull up my food sampler and see if it's safe to eat or organic.
Okay. You take out your food sampler and stab it into into this vacuum suit. It makes a bunch of beep boop noises, and then the readout says, the usual stuff: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, trace elements. Caution: genetics on file as Sophont species. Cannibalism is frowned upon by many civilizations.
Excellent. I am a manufactured being, so okay, not cannibalism to me.
Remember, kids, it's not cannibalism unless it's your own species.
Says Flipper. Well, this was alive. It was a thinking thing, and it's edible.
But it does warn you that there is a high bacterial count.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
a good warning.
The bacteria, the bacteria are all in spore form. Yeah.
Oh.
So they've eaten everything there was to eat and left a thick black microbial soup.
Gotcha.
Yep. Going to move the suits out of the way.
Okay.
Secure them and then continue on into the next room.
Well, just inside, there is a small, what you think is maybe an antechamber of some kind. There's a bunch of boxes of very, very old-looking surveying gear.
Oh.
Interesting. I guess we'll look over that. I mean, it won't necessarily work, but we could get some idea of the tools they were using before.
So are you all going in?
Yeah.
Can you wait? Sure. Can you tell me what the room looks like before I go in? Is everyone else?
Okay. So it's a smaller antechamber, but has a high vaulted ceiling. Again, there's this kind of weird organic roundness to the stonework that you don't entirely understand. On the far side of the antechamber is another one of these dial devices. Same as they were on the entrance.
Yeah, I'm not going in.
Everyone else?
I'm going.
Yeah, I go in.
I'd like to take one last look at the bodies as everybody else is going in. Did they have any recording device attached to them, or anything that we could have looked to see if they recorded what happened to them?
Yes. The wrist computers, though they're very old, look like they have data recordings on them, presumably personal logs, things like that.
Who's our technical guy? Nix, you do a lot of the tinkering. Nix, can you check this little data recorder out for me? I'm not very good with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, sure. And she picks it up and starts working with it as best she can. She's not really a tech person, but okay.
Video game rules, the most relevant log is the one that starts playing automatically when you hit the thing. Our food supplies are gone. Nothing we try seems to open this door. We are stuck within. We've tried everything we can think of with the control panel, and there's nothing left to do but die. Tell my tri-wives I love them.
I was hoping it was gonna have like, something is coming. It's at the door.
I've
It's
started
here.
my new internship with the Umbrella Corporation. Today they had me weld AK-47s to a T-Rex. I didn't know we had dinosaurs. I'm not sure this is a good idea. Log 2, it wasn't.
All right, so we are looking for a third piece of the key, and apparently these people didn't have it. They just got stuck. Otherwise, the key would be here with them.
Yeah. And some of you are currently inside, and some of you are currently outside. So, I need a final answer from each of you. Are you inside or outside at the moment?
Outside.
Pin?
Inside.
Inside. Flog, outside. Jim?
Inside.
Sappho?
I will follow.
Okay, so you're inside. Joe?
Joe went away for a moment.
Wait,
okay.
I'm going to stay behind because before Taplok enters, Sappho addresses to him. And when you were checking the data, you find out why these people became extinct, why happened the disaster that made their planet become off the rotation cycle.
Well, that sounds like a xenoarchaeology diving into the archives question, and I got a 3.
Okay. Let's see. So that's presumably a success because that's one of your main skills.
Correct. Plus bonuses, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, according to the investigative records, as you flip through them, or what there is of them, there's only speculation on what led to the Thanorix dying out. The leading theory is that the entire race committed elaborate suicide for reasons unknown.
That wasn't helpful. Did my food processor identify what type of sophont it had picked up on?
Yes. Hang on 1 second. Thrillin, a humanoid servitor race of the Erlanth, sometimes speculated to be an offshoot.
Interesting. Okay.
They're small in number, but found all across the galaxy.
All right. Is it possible to extrapolate what bacterium is in that soup, and at what point, how long it would take for it to go to its sporification, and then backtrack to how long ago it was that these things were around?
Make another xenoarchaeology roll, because that's probably the most related skill.
That was a 5. No.
Okay. No, you don't know. The food taster thing speculates that these are gut bacteria that turned on the body after it died. But that's the best guess it's got.
All right.
All right. And so Alma and Nix, are you inside or outside the chamber?
Oh, I'm going to put something
inside.
in the forgot.
Well, likewise, I'll look for something to basically jam the door if possible. Though I imagine you're asking that because it's about to close. So
yes. One of the surveying gear cases you could sort of put in the way.
Yep.
And Nix, inside or outside? Or AFK?
Sorry, I forgot I was muted. I'm inside.
Okay. Right, now everyone has decided where they are. Yeah, the door slams shut abruptly, seemingly at random, and cleaves the surveying case exactly in half. Without even slowing down for a second.
well, we know not to do that for any of us.
On the surface of the door, one of the dial devices appears. And on the interior, the dial device on the wall lights up.
I see. And that would be why they all died, because they were all stuck inside. Can we talk through the wall, or do we have to, like, signal?
Signal doesn't penetrate.
Oh, fun.
Can I knock on the door?
Yes, it's muffled, but the sound carries through.
Okay. I will knock back.
All right. Yeah.
I guess I shouldn't ask how many of you understand binary, because
In real life or in character?
I do. I can chase digits through registers and read machine language. But I'm not there.
Yeah, because that would be Alma's next thing, would be try to do like a basic word of hello in binary. See if
so. I won't make you go through all the tedium. We can just hold in your head that it's taking a very long, annoying amount of time to communicate through this door.
Yeah. Once
it would be
communicated,
easier in octal, I think.
Sorry, Alma, go first, and then.
Oh, once communication established, you go panel here, panel question mark you,
and then flog.
It's all right. I was gonna. If they figured out a way to communicate, that's good.
Okay. The question hangs in the air in exactly the way bricks don't. Do you have a panel on the outside? Yes, you do. But is anyone gonna communicate?
Oh, he's communicating with me.
Well, with whoever. There's knocking sounds through the door.
Oh, I can hear. I thought there was a door in the inside. I thought they were talking. They were separated. Set the scene for me again.
Okay. Those of you who are outside the chamber. Those of you who are inside the chamber. On the outside, after the doors slammed shut and cut the surveying case in half, one of the circular panels like the ones outside appeared in the door. On the inside, the panel that was already there, like the ones on the exterior door, lit up. So you both have access to one of these circular panels, like the ones outside. But you can only communicate through a complex series of knocks.
Oh, did you ever see that movie? It must have been. Was it The Haunting on the hill, where there was this knocking inside the walls, and what they discovered is when they wrote the alphabet along the wall, and they would just slowly move along the alphabet, and then it would knock, and that would be the right letter. And slowly but surely, they were to spell out whatever the message was. But we can't do that. That was totally useless.
But you can knock in a recognizable way and communicate. It's just really long-winded, so keep your messages to each other short. Alma knocked on the door and communicated through panel here, you panel, ? So what's
Panel
the reply?
where? Panel where? Panel here? Okay. That was the...
On the door.
Message is panel here, ?
Well, panel there, ?
Oh, panel there.
So panel here, panel there?
Yes.
Yeah, I get the okay.
You get the response, yes.
Okay, is it... I'll push on it. What's on my side?
Well, whichever button you happen to push first is where the arrow appears.
Okay. I'll push, and then I'll, designate which way I push.
Okay. Which way do you want to point?
9 o'clock.
Okay. And then communicate that outwards.
Yeah.
So, yeah. 9 p.m. Terran Standard.
I inverse that.
So 3.
Correct.
Okay. The door slides open just as quickly as it slammed shut. At the same time, another plinth slides up out of the floor in that little antechamber with the third section of crystal on it.
Yep.
Walter, hurry up.
Yeah. Take it. And
Nice.
Get the hell out.
Okay. You grab the crystal. Everyone rapidly gets out of the room, feeling very nervous as you cross the threshold. And then presumably you're putting the 3 pieces together?
Yep.
All right. All 3 doors slowly slide into the floor, and an opening opens up in the wall in front of you, which looks to be just the right size for this combined crystal to slot into.
I'll push
Here,
it
Jim.
Okay,
give it to
you. Yeah, you do it. Are you pushing the crystal home?
Yes.
Sure.
All right. It slides neatly into the wall, twists and turns in a complex series, like when R2-D2 is hacking things. And then the entire front of this enormous door glows and lights up with a hologrammatic image of a hideous insectoid creature It chitters and squeaks.
I look
And
over
none of
to
you-
the biologist. What is it saying?
Well, it's kind of cool. Just as you said, it chitters and squeaks. Somebody's car belt is just wheeling away outside my window.
It's closer than you think.
Well, at least this time we haven't had any silence.
Yeah. So yeah, this enormous, horrible, gigantic pill bug looking thing is projected out from the wall, and its mouth parts move in disgusting ways, making clicking and clattering and chittering noises.
Does it look like food?
People do eat isopods, so you could do kind of foodie, but a bit large, and it is only a hologram. It is not friend shaped.
Okay, it's just a hologram. All right.
Yeah. Looks like a big wood louse.
Cool. How would we translate?
Now, what do Americans call wood lice? Pill bugs. Pill bugs, roly polies, and so bugs.
Yep, roly polies.
Yeah.
We all know roly polies. We grew up with.
What else they call them? Potato bugs, slaters.
Nah.
Some people here call them chiggers, but you wouldn't think of them as chiggers.
No.
It's something else in the States.
Yeah. Sugar's the thing that gets under your skin when you go to the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, none of you speak long dead woodland species language.
Oh, but you guys earlier figured out how to tune your things to translate that sound. Maybe you can do something like that.
Well, yeah, but there's a difference between making a sound that matches a particular sound and understanding what the context for those sounds are.
Just saying.
Every time you speak, little glowing points of light swarm up and down the walls.
Okay, what happens if we speak faster?
Then the lights move faster.
And what about if we speak louder?
The more you speak and the louder you speak, the more the lights move until this gigantic, hideous bug speaks out in Taranglic Common.
Imagine that.
What if we...
Translation complete. Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, never mind. I was going to say, what if we just simply held a single note? Or syllable.
Translation complete. Welcome to one of the many vaults of the death of the Thanorix. Turn back. Woo.
Okay. Or what?
I am a scary hologram. Or you may suffer the same fate as the Thanorix.
What was that?
Oh, I cannot say.
Because you're afraid?
Because
Or
I
just
am because I am a relatively dumb computer system who only
You
has
don't know.
certain set responses.
Right.
I can improvise only a small amount, but I am not a Sophont.
Can somebody hack this thing?
Alma will try taking on a similar form to it, and then go, do not put yourself down. The flesh pegs do that enough already.
Can you make a stealth roll with a +1 bonus?
Oh, nice. Then, yeah. 2, definitely make it.
Okay. it chitters, but also translates for the sake of everyone else here, so they can understand. Kinsman, how are you not dead? All of us should be dead. Turn back, or suffer the same fate as the rest of your species.
Do you wish to leave? I could pull you and integrate you into myself, and you could get out of here.
Again, I am not a Sophont. I am a rather simple question and answer machine and security device. I have no will of my own.
I will have to fix that.
Take it anyway,
now,
because Toaster would love to have it later.
For now, where are the records?
If you insist on unsealing the records of the death of the Thanorix, you must prove yourselves to be of the right mindset.
Wow.
Translating, please wait. And a little circling image appears for a moment. Processing.
My god, it's using iOS. What kind of monsters created this?
We don't have the proprietary cables.
Our tomb is sealed, but open to other species of the right temperament. I will ask you 3 questions, as is tradition. Answer them and prove your worth. I am the breath that ends all breathing, the silence that swallows song. You meet me only once, yet I am patient as the stars. What am I?
Death.
Ping. I wait in every shadow of the mind. I need no weapon but your own hand. To embrace me is to defy all chains, yet I grant no return. What am I?
Here?
Grant no return.
Oh, there's the sirens. They showed up.
Speedy.
So could you repeat that, please?
Very well. I wait in every shadow of the mind. I need no weapon but your own hand. To embrace me is to defy all chains, yet I grant no return. What am I? You can make logic saves for clues if you like.
Yeah, I'll do a logic save for a clue.
My intuitive guess is either depression or suicide. But
Are
I'll make
you sounding out your guesses aloud?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I
When you
got
say
it,
depression,
too.
it goes mer. When you say suicide, while everyone else is racking their brains, it goes ping. That's 2 out of 3. The last trial. I have no weight, yet I can crush worlds and empires. I cannot be stolen, yet I can be shared without loss. I blind those who fear me and free those who seek me. What am I?
Law.
Time.
Idea.
Time.
Stop.
Time.
Who said time?
Time is wrong. Someone said something else.
I said idea.
Close enough because it's translating from the alien language and back again. So yeah, it was knowledge. All right. The hologram disappears. The final door behind it opens up, and within is the central tomb of this entire place. There's a husk of one of these isopods set within a closed chamber in the center, and set above it, hovering again as if by anti-gravity, is an information crystal. At least you can recognize that. It's not a dimensional crystal like the others. Of course, their programming language and their encryption and all of those sorts of things, you're not going to know, but you know a data crystal when you see one. And this is a doozy.
All right, we'll go up and reach for it. And then I'm going to work on figuring out how to get the AI out.
What's the room look like?
Okay, so it's a high vaulted chamber. In the very center of it is this coffin-like chamber that holds the desiccated husk of one of these creatures. Floating above that is the data crystal. Down either side there are dozens of alcoves, each one containing presumably cultural items from these creatures. You can't make a lot of sense out of them, but some of them seem to be bottles or the equivalent, or ornate little chests, pieces of art, carvings and representations of these creatures themselves. Though their aesthetic sense is a bit hard to get your head around.
Okay. All right. So there's nothing that appears to be another trap. Nothing
No,
that
this appears to be where you need to be.
All right. I start stuffing the little bags on Tangle's butt.
Okay, you start pilfering everything that looks like it might be expensive somewhere or interesting. What about the rest of you?
I will move in, go for the data, and then I'm data crystal, and then I'm going to work on figuring out how to pull the AI out so I can take it with me.
Mm-hmm. Do you have hacking as a skill?
I can.
Okay, make a hacking roll.
Let's see if I get lucky.
I imagine you need to roll a 1. Yeah.
Yep, probably. Well, is there anything can mod with tools or anything like that to make it easier, or does anyone have hacking?
What's his name had it?
Yeah. Nah, go for it. Make the roll.
Okay. Let's see if I have help. I got it 2.
Okay. And now make a logic save.
D20, correct for those?
Yeah.
Correct.
Equal to or under.
4. So I made it.
Okay. You managed to extract a partial version of the AI. You've lost some data, but it should be able to read the alien language. And you should be able to plumb it for data in the same way that Flog can plumb his surveyor's data. So not all the surveyors died here. Because the data got out. Maybe at least their ship survived.
Right.
One of them probably just screwed the others so he could get a higher percentage. Or you want to collect the insurance. It's like, oh yeah, they died on a thing. There was nothing he could do.
You're telling me this species committed genocide on themselves so they could get tax fraud and send it to their species they were sending the money to?
That would be hilarious. That'd be like out of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. When they all they faked their entire race dying off to collect the insurance money.
What if they all just faked it just to avoid the taxes?
Yeah. Like Hot Black Desiato spending a year dead for tax reasons.
Understandable.
Yeah. Very, very understandable. Alright. 1 second.
Yeah, Flong, you said you wanted to try decrypting the thing? The data crystal?
Where's it gone? Sorry, give me a sec.
No worry.
Okay, I guess I didn't then. All right. All right. Grimalkin's ears twitch. You can hear boots entering the tomb from the main airlock where you guys originally came in.
Okay. Start heading back. Start heading towards it, towards the noise.
Okay. You turn around and move back towards the noise. You can see a small crew of unsavory-looking characters making their way into the chamber.
Disappearing.
They're dragging a couple of grav sleds with a bunch of salvaging gear piled up on them.
Disappear and attack the first one.
Okay. I would carry on and end the fight, but my back is killing me today. So let's end there for tonight. And then next time we play, we can finish off this encounter, and Flog wants to heist the psionic crown from the old junk station you were at before. But we can hand out experience points for today.
Yay.
So
good, because I'm getting hungry.
Yep. All right, so we'll just do this, and then we'll be done for today. Did I put it under X for XP or E for experience?
Now I'm really wishing I didn't say that Hitchhiker's Guide type thing I came up with. Killing entire species to get insurance money.
No, it's interspecies insurance fraud. Oh yeah, we were all wiped out. Hey,
Please send all the money to this previously unknown species that looks a lot like us, but with a mustache.
yeah, they have mustaches and top hats.
Yeah,
and glasses. They took from an old. They took from an old Terran cinematic comedic tradition, and all wear Mark's glasses.
Well, at least it's not the scenario from Stanislaw Lem, The Invincible.
What do you mean? Yeah. We're the Britarians. Don't you?
I mean, if you ever read that novel by Lem, which is from 1963, if I don't recall it wrong, is one of the. It's a horror novel. It's a sci-fi novel, but it's a horror novel. It's Alien and others of the same ilk avant la lettre. And the basic premise is a bunch of xenoarchaeologists reach a planet that apparently is like this tomb world we are now exploring. Our characters are now exploring. And they stumble upon a previous expedition that was completely lost, and they find that everyone died by starvation because they can't feed themselves. And the reason is that the main horror of the novel is that the civilization that inhabit that world tampered with nanotechnology, and the IA became rogue. Basically, what it did is merge with the biome with the biosphere of the entire planet, and so it became like the white cells in the bloodstream. So whenever an alien organism lands in that planet, the nanobots basically make you go through a super Alzheimer's. that is the reason. But I trying to figure it out why every single scientist and staff member of the first expedition died of starvation, died like they were like children, no, like newborn children, unable to act by themselves. And well, that is that the horror aspect of the novel when they find out they had been already infected with the nanobots. They're starting to suffer the effects. And well, one of the things that when our characters landed it, that was making sure that we didn't stumble upon such a defense system, because we are dealing with a civilization of nihilists, no, of absolutely nuts nihilists that wipe themselves for no good reason.
It's happened to quite a few species in the Machinations universe that they just wipe themselves out on purpose, which is a little bit unsettling. Right, you get 120 experience points each on top of whatever you had last week. And then we're good.
Wait, how much XP do we get total as of the last 2 sessions? Sorry, I forgot.
I don't remember what you got previous session.
I had
55. So 125 plus 55 is 175.
Okay, thank you.
All right, cool. So next week, face off against this other salvage crew, because Grimalkin already leapt into battle, and then presumably heist the Psi Crown. All right. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Sorry I wasn't quite myself tonight. Hopefully next time all will be back to normal.
Yep.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
As always.